Good evening, everyone. Once again, we have another week of our casual Wednesdays, and actually, some people mentioned that maybe it's not so casual since these weekly tournaments can kind of get stacked. However, it's just one of our regular Fauna weeklies tonight. So, another tournament. However, not that we only have a tournament, but by the end of this tournament stream as well, we will be revealing the trailer for the final showdown, which is the top 8 of Asia. I guess plus Oceania, since Ryuko-sen also got in. The top 8 of the Fauna will be having a showdown wherein all these top 8 players will be fighting each other. We'll be announcing the date for that with the trailer right at the end of this tournament. Okay. But anyway, let's first take a look at our tournament for tonight, which is comprised of 9 people. That's a pretty good turnout for tonight. So let's just take a quick peek right here. All right, so 9 participants. We have 9 the Divine, finally becoming a bit more active as of late. Electra X. Oh, by the way, 9 is from South Korea, and Electra X is from India. We have Hitsuji, actually the last person to have entered the warm-up and rather get in the final showdown. Oh, that's quite unfortunate, Flying Chicken, that you missed the opportunity to sign up. Would have been nice to have you in. However, it is what it is. Okay. So that's why when I make the announcements, I tell you guys to always double check, make sure you register, and register ahead of time. Always register ahead of time. Never just register last minute, because that really doesn't make sense. If you cannot participate the tournament due to unforeseen circumstances, you can always just tell the TOs that you can back out. We're not really made out of 128 participants, so you don't need to worry about the organization and the TO's perspective. And I'm telling you this as a person who's organizing some of these stuff. So, reminder for everyone, if registering last minute was a ritual, that's actually how it's becoming. And I'm telling you, Fauna, listen carefully, alright? Listen carefully. This ritual is bad. This is a bad habit. You gotta break it. Stop registering last minute. Register ahead of time. Makes it easier for everyone. Yes, and there's a dog in the background. I can't do anything about that. What ritual? You guys stink. Alright, anyway, let me get back to introducing some of the players. Hitsuji, last person to get in the final showdown. Skyfire, by the way, the one made the promo art earlier, and one of also the strong players here from East Russia. Cadence from Singapore, very strong Paprika player. I Love Bread and Kama Rider, both Velvet players. We'll be seeing Bread in the final showdown as well. I'm really sorry, the dog can't make it shut up. So, can't do anything about the dog right now. Uma, Japanese player and one of our rising stars. And Drayon, pretty strong Palm player from China. Finally seeing him again. Hopefully, we won't be having issues with the connections tonight. Alright, but I've already posted I've posted the stream matches on the Discord. So if you want to make sure that you keep track of everything that's happening behind the scenes. It's not really behind the scenes, but just what's happening within the community. Make sure to join our Discord server. And also thank you very much, Sky, for using the exclamation point bracket. This is your link to the bracket. So as a viewer, or also as a participant, to keep track of what's happening, you can just type exclamation point bracket in the chat, and then you'll have the link to the bracket. Alright, but without further ado, we're starting with our first match. And actually, our first game for tonight will be between Skyfire and Cadence. Pretty much a classic. We usually see Skyfire versus Cadence. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, I'm sorry, I forgot to make the lobby. Let me do that real quick right now. Worshipping Velvet, because why not? Max players 3, Horn, and free play. Yep, that seems about right. Let me post this link. Okay, we have... You really have a very interesting name on the Discord, Sky. Alright. I mean, creating the lobby is just pretty easy and pretty quick. Yeah. It's a good name. Alright, so Skyfire and Cadence. This is, as I mentioned, a classic. We've seen these two fight several times before. And how do I put this? I think with the count so far, Skyfire is getting a lot of games out, or rather winning a lot of games out against Cadence. Although, of course, that's not to say that Cadence has been completely losing against Skyfire. Definitely showing some good fights. So I want to see how Cadence will try to approach this fight this time, since, you know, I'm pretty sure they want to change the track record. Sign up for last tourney last minute. No. Favorite last minute. Yes. See, the difference is when you sign up for the tourney last minute, or you forget about it because you want to do it last minute, you can't make up for it. Creating the room last minute is fine because nothing is affected. I hate you guys. Alright, but here we are. Cadence versus Sky. Underway. Let's see this go. Dog in the background, but Cadence is not... There are no dogs in this fight, by the way. No palms. But Cadence is making their way in against Skyfire. Oh, but Sky was able to get the grab. Another grab, but kicks Cadence out of the corner, which is actually not desirable. You'd usually want to keep your opponent in the corner. Perhaps that was not intended. And now, because of this, Skyfire is locked down to the corner. Don't worry, I'll be swapping that. Just make sure. Oh, gets the grab. And that's a kill. Right, so most definitely, even if you're playing as a zoner character like Velvet, generally it's really best if you can try to lock down your opponent to the corner. And you do not really want to be the one taking the corner unless you're trying to go for a mix. So in that kind of situation, you want to avoid that. Once again, Cadence gets their way in. Goes for the hard knockdown with a super, or is it a level 2? No, just a level 1 right here. Oh, was able to evade the DP reversal, but not really able to punish it since Cadence went for a super jump. Oh, once again, the jump in between. Cadence is very good at really catching people off guard with that jump in between. Now it's working out. Gets another hard knockdown. Oh, the patience, but this time Sky reads it. Oh, that snowflake. You have to be mindful when Velvet throws out a snowflake. She'd most likely be putting herself on guard and just wait for her icicles or snowflakes to go in and hit. See? Oh, good Abare. So Cadence mashes out there, challenges the attempt to go for the eruption. But not this eruption, however. Cadence gets hit by that. And this is actually a level 2, so a freeze. Oh no, just gets caught there, but Sky drops it and actually gets punished as she tried to go for a snowflake. That was perfect timing, and Cadence actually takes the first game. Wonderful job. Alright. Well played there by Cadence, finally finding their stride on how to get in on Sky. However, again, this always goes both ways. Just make sure not to drop your combos. Just make sure not to be the one taking the corner. Rather, you want to push your opponent into the corner. Something's happening with my mic. The thing is, I put my noise suppression on maximum because I can't really do anything with what's happening in my background. Noisy dog. Can't do anything about it, unfortunately. As much as I want them to shush, I cannot make them shush. Anyway, here, good patience by the two players. Oh, but there, Skyfire eventually gets impatient and gets counter hit. Cadence just starting out with their combo, but drops the combo immediately and actually gets put in a terrible spot. Skyfire giving up the space, willing to give the space so that she can set up her icicles. Hidden's being a bit more patient there. Wow! Look at that. 2C into card C immediately. Cactus Sky off guard, but once again with the drop. Also misses to confirm with the JC, but nevertheless, still has a bit of the advantage. Gets caught by the Shatter C once again. Oh no. And Cadence tries to go for a 2A there, but Sky actually went for a jump. Is that? I'm not certain if that was a misinput. Probably did not intend that belly flop, but that belly flop actually got counter hit. Gives Sky the round. We see into card A. Tries to maintain the pressure. And relieves the pressure by just backing off. That kind of scenario where Paprika loses her pressure, it's actually generally safe to backdash because in most cases they do not really have time to like go for super very committal if Paprika would want to try to punish a backdash after trying to put in some pressure. However, Cadence is maintaining their pressure, but with that drop, Sky is able to take it back really quickly. And this is actually looking pretty bad because that is a level 2. Freeze. Sky went for the maximum damage with that level 1, which is going to be working out pretty well. Skyfire is just satisfied to go for the chip damage. Pretty advantageous in this situation. It's kind of really dangerous if you close in on Paprika. So I think that might be why Skyfire wants to maintain the distance. However, yet again, Cadence is able to find their way in. Is this gonna kill? Nope. Not with that card C. Oh! Able to block that DP on Wake Up and challenges immediately with a 2A. Skyfire not expecting a block there. And actually gets caught.
Final round. Fight.
Okay, Cadence at match point. But Skyfire could take this back. Pretty equal. Oh, blocks that. But misses the punish. It's a bit unfortunate. You actually would normally have quite the amount of time to punish that, especially with a 5A. So one thing you could do is actually simply mash the 5A. Alright, see? And that is into a level 2. Oh, there. Now Sky is much more willing to go for the aggression. I'm not sure why Cadence mashes 5A there, but that will actually give Sky the full initiative. Cadence not scared of pressing buttons here. And really dangerous because that's a potential counter hit, but Sky misses the conversion of that snowflake, allowing Cadence to push back, but that is not enough. The problem with going for empty jumps is that with especially opponents who go for BC push block, actually you get option selected into a grab. So you might want to reconsider going for empty jumps against players who are pretty trigger happy with BC push blocks against jump ins. Some way you can actually try to bait out some BC push blocks and jump ins. It's actually just going for instance, JA. I'm not certain if it works pretty well with Paprika, however, since I think the hitbox on Paprika's JA is a little bit higher. But if you could go for something that actually just hits for a very short period of time, that's actually a good way to bait out push blocks, or rather put them in a situation where you could hit them with the low.
Are you prepared for magnificent?
Maybe going for short tops would be your solution.
Ready? Fight.
Well, as a Tianhua, I mean JA is just how I bait out the BC push blocks. Right, good grab right there. Okay, but that JC just gets push blocked. This time, Cadence empty jump in into low works out this time. Wow. Skyfire goes in with a backdash into DP, maximizing that invul time. It's actually one of the good options that Velvet has for defense, and it's really can be really annoying. However, to time out the invulnerability between backdash and DP is actually kind of hard to execute. Oh, but this time the short hop is not going to work out, especially against a DP, since you cannot block midair. while you're short hopping. I mean, you cannot block at all when you're short hopping. Skyfire is very much willing to throw in the meter here, just to make sure she can secure the kill and just smash that snowflake. Cadence is pretty much checkmate here unless... Oh, push blocks that. Misses the punish yet again. However, the chip out is going to do the job here. And now Sky is the one at match point.
Round 2. Fight.
Cadence may want to reconsider their approach, most especially when frozen, and might want to play it a bit safer. As tempting as it is to want to avoid the chip damage, in most cases you get into deeper trouble if you try to challenge Velvet when you're frozen. Oh, gets hit by the snowflake, but no conversion, but gets caught by the stagger pressure in the 2C. Connects, but drops a combo. Hard. That Telecy did not get punished at all, and Cadence just continues to attack. That's a level 1. Are we going to see a level 2? No. Cadence is very much willing to take the hard knockdown, but Sky just going in with the magic DP. Good Telebi, and Cadence finds some space in, but good patience by Skyfire. Not the maximum punish, however, goes for the 5A punish. Keep in mind, most super whips or blocks are punishable with 5C. In most cases, especially when you are in range. So it's something you would want to keep in mind. However, Skyfire is able to close it out anyway, so no problemo. Unfortunately, Cadence not able to take back their game against Skyfire and Skyfire kicks them to the loser's bracket. But that's not the end of Cadence. We'll be seeing them a bit more later. Alright, but now it's time for us to move on to our next match, which will be between... this will be between I Love Bread or Pandesal versus Kama or Interpunk. These two players with two different names. Brilliant. Okay, let me just ping the both of them. Kama Rider. Okay, and let me just pin it as well, since pretty much it's going to use the same lobby link. Didn't expect to be this early. Oh, wait. Are you not yet here? Because we do have one more match we can skip straight to. Oh no, never mind, you're here. Okay. Oh, so both of you are here. Sorry, guess I wasn't paying attention. Alright. So both Philippine, I'm pretty sure, I'm very confident that the connection between these two will be pretty much okay. So, oh, maybe not. We're still says waiting for connection. That is a bit concerning. Okay, but how do I put this? Wait, is it a bit problematic still? Okay, reset. Okay, Brett is going to do a bit of a reset on that. Turn off your VPN. You do not need your VPN for this match at all. Since, you know, Philippine connection. I think it's gonna make it a tad bit worse. Not certain, but we'll see. Anyway, while we're waiting for everyone to settle down, or rather get started with the stream match, I just wanted to let everyone, or rather remind everyone who hasn't been following our Twitter yet, to make sure to follow us on Twitter, because we make our announcements right there. Although one of the things that we haven't announced still will be announced later by the end of this stream, in which I'm talking about the final showdown, which is the top 8 of the Fauna players, mostly comprised of Asians, but we also have one person out of Asia, because the tournaments we're hosting is open to not only in Asia but Oceania and East Russia. We have one player from Australia, which is Ryuko-sen, just to let everyone know. Oh no, we have a raid from the Artsipo. I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of that. The Artsipo. Is that how I pronounce it? Thank you very much for the raid, but I hope you go ahead and enjoy the matches. Alright, but here we are. We have Brad and Kama Rider. Yes, we got raided. We don't have alerts. We didn't set that up. Apologies. Oh dear, is Kamen Rider having connection issues? Let me go on ahead and check in on them. Alright. Looks like they are both ready. Kamen Rider has already set themselves ready, and so is Bread. So we're going to be seeing, I presume, a Velvet Mirror. Both of these players are pretty strong Velvet players. Although I think a lot of people would pretty much confidently say that Bread would be the favorite in this fight, as Bread is very experienced with playing Velvet. However, Kama won't definitely make this easy, as Kama has really been improving a lot. Most especially with... I mean, his zoning has been pretty impeccable already. And as of late, I've been seeing how Kama's defensive play becoming a bit better. Opting for other options this time. Usually Kama before would just mash 5C. However, this time Kama actually switches it up, opting to use 5A more, a bit more willing to block. So we'll see if he'll make this hard for Bread. He'll stream while fighting. Yeah, do not watch stream while you're fighting. Oh dear, I'm gonna have a bit of problem distinguishing who's who in this fight. Not gonna lie. Colorblind mode, please. Oh god. I think we got disconnected. Are they fighting still? Or... No. Well. Okay, you guys got disconnected. So long, I mean, yeah, you both got disconnected, I think. As long as both of you got disconnected, it's fine. We can continue, we can try again. Is there any connection issues on Kama's end? Let me ask Kama, are you having connection issues? I mean, asking this, I don't think will help anyway, but... When to change a palette for me. You don't have to change your palette for me. You know, part of the fun here is colorblind man mistakes which character. Haha, funny commentary. Failure. Change the shadow palette on night, Arizona stage. Yo, sounds like a fantastic idea. Unfortunately, they don't go for it.
Let us break the ice. Round one.
Alright. But here we are. An interesting start. Dash in 6A. Something you don't normally see as a round start option between a Velvet Mirror, because generally it's ill-advised to jump as a Velvet. Oh, Kama has already had magic stop. I didn't realize that's how fast Velvet builds up magic. However, Kama is willing to play the neutral here. That whip on that 5C is gonna get punished ultimately. And Bread, very good with his execution, is certainly not gonna drop it, but unfortunately, did it kill? But keep in mind with Velvets, as long as they have the life lead, as long as you have a lot of time, it's very easy to go for the kill. Unless your opponent is just extremely skilled in instant blocking. Speaking of instant blocking, Kama instant blocks 2 of those hits, but unable to really punish Bread there. Good setup. Oh, what an interesting mix. Jumping over with the icicle. Uses the wind to move Kama a bit closer. Kama goes in for the level 1 immediately. Has to be a bit careful here. As not to get outzoned. Oh! Bread misses the range for the grab. He gets punished, but not completely. That Shatter Siege is hitting there. Now keep in mind the eruptions are projectiles, so yes, they can interact with the icicles and nullify them. Almost instant blocking some of those. Oh, but that is not gonna connect, and unfortunately this is a punish and that's a kill. Alright. Right, convincingly takes the first match. Though the second round was getting a bit iffy for Bread there. A bit low on the life. So, I think he has to be careful with his exchanges with Kama, as Kama is very good at really maximizing those stray hits and just hitting you once again. Have to be careful with your approaches. On the other hand, once Brett touches you, it's pretty well known for his really good execution and conversions, like really insane conversions. You see him like you just get hit by a snowflake in the air, and he already has a conversion for that.
Always hurts the ones you love. Me. Ready?
All right, but here we are in game 2. Oh, night stage, but no shadow palette. But here is a good ass combo from Red. This is what I mean by execution. You see that? Oh, but block, no punish. Keep in mind when you block Shatter C, you mostly have a punish there, or if you at least do not have the punish. I mean, at least in that range, I'm pretty sure Velvet actually can punish. But if you don't get a punish, it will at least be your turn. Brett tries to push block with 5C, but it all went fine. Brett takes a round with a perfect.
That was perfect. Round 2. Fight.
Oh, that JC. Interesting round start option. But Brett is not taking any of that. Pushes back. Good patience by Kama there. Punish with a 5C. But unfortunately, that ain't enough. Oh, look at that. 6A into Icicle hitting into 6A again. When have you ever seen 2 6As in a row in a single combo? I mean, multiple times. I mean, just 2 6As in a row. That was an interesting win. Oh, but yeah, probably a DP attempt, but unfortunately it didn't work out. And Brett takes the second game yet again convincingly. But Kama definitely put up some fight there. There were some good hits there and then. But Brett just shows that you will want to work on your execution. And not only on your zoning and your neutral play if you want to play Velvet. Velvet really does so well if she has that huge ass chunk of damage. Anyway, thank you for these 2 players. Kama is now sent to the losers bracket. Can we have these 2 players leave, as I will be inviting our 2 next players for the next stream match. Okay, thank you. Let me just switch over a bit. Okay, thank you very much for helping me with the bracket. I presume that is CAD that is taking care of the bracketing. Thank you very much. But next we have Uma and Drayon. So Japanese player versus Chinese player. So let us have these 2 players. Let me ping both of them. Sajam Hoop. The stream keeps lagging for you. I do want to ask our other viewers too if the stream is lagging, because it is possible that it could be on my end. Maybe I'm dropping frames, not realizing it, and I probably should clean up some stuff. Otherwise, there might be some connection issues on your end, Brett, and that's why we had a bit of struggle earlier. Like, it's fine for Cadence. That might be it. Just make sure you turn off the stream when you're fighting. Okay, but here we are. We have Uma Are and Drayon for next stream match. Alright, Uma Are is player 1. Drayon's level player 2. These 2 players have definitely met each other already, though I believe they met each other with connection circumstances, which became a bit problematic. So we've already established some rules and what our procedures with regard to that. Alright, but we'll see how this works out. I hope that the connection will be fine. Maybe I already jinxed it, who knows? But to introduce again these players, Umar is one of our upstarting, I mean, not an upstart anymore. He's been playing for quite some time, really working on his TFH play, and has been playing not only Oleander, but also Tianho. Very good stagger there. And you can really see his ability when it comes to his pressure. And he's been showing this not only with his Oleander, but also his Tianho. However, that 6C gets read by Drayon, and Drayon able to get the punish. Good mix. Drayon is a very good pawn player with his mixes. Interesting bunch of JSPs though, however. Alright, Uma takes the conversion and goes for the routing where she's pretty much safe and can get a lot of magic, but goes for the aggression, and Drayon is very much prepared for it. Oh, that was some Abare. Looked like an AB Abare, but no conversion out of that. But able to push Drayon into the corner this time. There's a dog out. Uma has to be careful, but so does Drayon. Has to be careful. Misses the hit with the... Oh, Bark Whip, but no punish. Oh! Drayon actually got baited there, but Uma didn't actually press any buttons to punish that. Oh, that... Oh, Uma just goes for it. He's willing to spend that meter. I'm not certain if that is actually the best idea, if there's a routing there that could have actually made him go for a kill. I'm pretty sure the Oleander players will be a bit more well-versed with regard to that. However, generally, as Oleander, you want to use your level 2s to get your Fred out. So whenever you can save them for your next rounds, you'd like to. In this case as well, it actually could work out well. Even if Uma loses this round, Uma can actually have a bit of meter for round 3. Unfortunately, it's not enough meter to have a level 2. That's a perfect by Drayon, and actually we're going for resets and not going for long combos. This actually denies Uma a bit of meter, and this could be problematic if Drayon is able to execute a level 3 combo. That JA is kind of dirty, I must say. Oh, Uma just goes for it. 2-2-B in the middle of a string. Pushes Drayon into the corner. Is not going to use that meter, obviously. He wants to use that for level 2. And I don't think he's going to get enough still for a level 2, unfortunately. Drayon might... Oh, wow. Reads the tech roll forward. And now that is actually Fred out for sure. That's not going to kill. However, Drayon is in complete danger. Uma drops a combo. But with the proper stagger, catches Drayon anyway. And Uma takes the first game. But certainly interesting. I'm very glad to see as well that we're not seeing any connection issues. Kind of forgot we don't have a lot of palms here. Yes, one more thing that I think a lot of players in the Fauna, not simply Asians, but just generally in the Fauna, would be struggling is the palm matchup just because of the experience. And I think Uma might also be experiencing that struggle here, as I believe he hasn't been encountering a lot of palms, just as all of us are. So the unfamiliarity can be a good factor for Drayon's advantage here. But Uma's definitely not showing a rather complete inexperience with this. He knows how to deal with some stuff. He took the first game, and right now he's pushing Drayon away to build up some magic. Oh, but those hits at 5B, Drayon's just gonna jump over them and hit here. It's pretty... Palm can be pretty deceiving to this regard, but Palm actually has some air mobility that would allow her to really move onto you if you're not really careful. She can float, she can air dash a little bit. So that's something that you should take into account when you're fighting against Palm. The 2-2-D, however, is also something that Drain should take into account. And Uma's going to keep his meter here. He recognizes it's not going to kill if it goes for a level 1. And he might also just want to save that up. Oh, what a stagger from a 5C dash in into grab. And that's going to take the round. And Uma even has meter to boot here. I'm pretty sure that the next touch, or rather the touch that Uma gets on the second round, will be a Fred. So Drayon has to be very, very careful here if he wants to take it back. This is one of these situations where you want to assess. Oh, but Uma is unable to... Yeah, not from that range. Yeah, Uma cannot convert of that to get Fred out. But here we're going to be seeing Fred. But these are actually some situations you want to assess. Like, we noticed that Drayon has been going for resets and hard knockdowns often, and maybe also freezing the game. However, those kind of setups are some things that you might want to start avoiding if your opponent has some good resources, especially for instance this case, some meter, wherein they could I'm sorry, this is kind of problematic. This is what you came for. Alright, but yeah, that's something you really want to assess. As if you keep going for hard knockdowns, eventually your opponent could get an opportunity. That is an interaction wherein your opponent can actually take it back, maybe hit you with an abare, maybe disconnect the game. That could also work, you know. And in that regard, you actually want to go for the longer combos, do the more damaging combos. So that's something you have to take into consideration, and that's why I would just prefer to go for maximum damage. Yeah, what happened there? I want to know what happened. Let's ping the two players because both of them disconnected. Shoot, what happened? Is Zakira around? I don't think Zakira is around, because if Zakira is around, or if anyone knows Japanese there, someone talk to Uma on... Oh, they both win. No, that's not how it works. Can someone ask Uma? Or if someone's watching, I think Uma is streaming on his end right now. There's a better... because we need to know what happened in that match. Though, if we're going to think about it, I think the likely ending was that Uma won that game, if that went on normally. However, we do need a confirmation first. GG, okay. 2-0, okay. Alright, so yeah, that was a 2-0. Unfortunately, we didn't see the end of that, but I think as we saw that Fred was out, that was pretty much into Uma's favor. Alright. So yeah, thank you. Alright. So I forgot what I was saying, and probably wasn't important anyway, so... I think it's time for us to move on to the next match, you know? Okay, so... This time, let's see... Okay, so... From bracket A... Or is it bracket A? Is that... I call that set A? Yeah, set A? I'm not sure the right term. Set A... 9 was able to win against Electra X and is moving onward to face Hitsuji for this round. Hitsuji being our bye. Not bye as in BI, but bye as in BYE. Sorry, I needed to clarify. But yeah, let's go ahead and see these two players. Let's me ping the both of them. Send the lobby link. Oh, and 9 is already in here. Pretty good. Every group needed somebody. I mean, sure, you know, good dynamic. It does make everything pretty poggers, maybe. I don't know, shoot. That sounded cringe. I'm sorry. But in any case, let's get right on ahead and... Let's get right on ahead and see the match with these two. Okay, so we have 9 and Hitsuji. Okay, so... Everyone's familiar with Hitsuji. At least in the Fauna. Now, I'm pretty sure if Hitsuji's familiar everywhere in the TFH community. Most especially with regard to his art. By the way, just to, you know, also shill on Suji. The Tianho art that I'm using is... as something I commissioned from him, so if you like that kind of art, you know, just support my boy. Has a very wholesome Twitter account, that is true. Okay, anyway, but 9 on the other hand has some very sweet shanty, especially some sweet shanty combos. I wonder if we're actually going to be seeing some of those tonight. So yeah, Suji, we're going to see a Paprika versus a Shanty. That is what I'm presuming. Now, the thing is, 9 actually knows how to play several characters. And who knows, maybe Hitsuji was going to play for a different character here. Hitsuji knows how to play almost every character, so... we might see something surprising. However, Hitsuji, pretty solid Paprika player. Our 8th winner in the warm-up series. 9, on the other hand, also doing some pretty good showing, especially in the last lambs. Not taking it, but did a pretty good showing. And indeed, we are seeing the 9's Shanty here.
Round 1. Fight.
And I wonder if the connection is fine. It seems to be the case. It's Suji Oh no, we're fast forwarding. Okay. Yeah, that is normal too. Yeah, we wanted the speed run. Yes, yes. All right. Yeah. So I think Hitsuji is going for a speed run play here, trying to go to kill the Shanty as quickly as possible, and that indeed is what's going to happen. A quick kill against the Shanty. Yeah, I wish you could change the speed during the match, but I think this is just to keep up with everything. So we're going to be fast forwarding a lot here, and this is going to be hard to really comment on. 9 really trying to go for that back off and try to get magic, but Tsuji having none of that. But 9's somehow able to take it back. Okay, something you really have to be careful as Shanty is going for the maximum parlay, the Yar. Is that generally you become quite vulnerable there. And as you can see just from what happened in that situation, even though 9 got the soft knockdown, pushed Hitsuji quite far away, that Yar wasn't safe and got punished with a 2B. So something that our players should keep in mind. And I presume Hitsuji got that game. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep up. It was too fast. Okay, I really have to apologize to our viewers. This is something out of my hands, unfortunately. This is just how it is in the Fauna. I still hope you can enjoy the matches you're seeing. Hitsuji really, still, despite that fast forward, is showing some solid Paprika gameplay. The true Hitsuji experience is the Suji Wi-Fi. Oh, Cutlass A round start. This time the maximum Yar works out in 9's favor, as Suji wasn't in time to try to punish it or just block it. Dash block, rather. Oh, gets caught backdashing. And 9 actually going for these, fancy ass stuff. Oh, bet that 2C. 9 really has to be a bit more mindful with these parlays. And I think this is pretty much how 9's mostly being opened up. It's that they've been opening up themselves. Oh, what a good Cutlass B. Unable to convert of it, however, unfortunately, that gets instant block. But I don't think even with an instant block, you can really quickly punish it. Oh, the goat walk. Getting 9 some stuff. Oh, belly flop on wake up. Card C. Oh, the super at the same time! That happened literally on the same frame because both supers moved on at the same time. Unfortunate. There's no smother sucks there. Keep in mind, you don't use smother like that. Don't do it like that. Don't use it like that. That's a problem. You keep trying to use it as a frame trap. Stop using it as a frame trap. Just use it raw. Okay, the belly flop crosses up. And even if 9 was going for a full JC there, really want to go for meaties. Most especially against a player who goes for reversals like that often. Like in this case, it's Shuji going for belly flop reversal. Keep in mind, like JCs usually would not be able to hit there. And I don't know what's going to happen here. That's a tech. And that is also a technical difficulty. So, yeah, I presume that was the end of that. I guess. I'm really sorry for not seeing the end of that, but I think you can gather that Tsuji was able to take that round, right? Yeah, good catch on the double super, but I presume that match is over, is it not? Is it not? Can I get a confirmation from our players? No confirmation? No? Or did 9 get that game? Hold on. Did 9 actually get a round in there? We gotta use our imagination. Yeah, that's how it works. Wait, they're going for it again. Yeah, I'm asking them, but I guess... Hold up. Let me just go on ahead then. Ping them again. Yeah, what happened? What happened in that game. What do we? Oh, it's 1-1. Okay, so yeah, 9 was actually able to take that game. Intriguing. So we're moving on to game 3. So that's why they're going for it again. I mean, I guess that should have been my conclusion earlier on. Soprano style tournaments, they just end right before you know what happens. That is actually apt. Alright, but looks like we're not going to see the end of them, and hopefully we're going to be in sync with their connection this time. It's really hard when the Asian community is pretty filled with, you know, Wi-Fi and long-distance players, because it's unavoidable. Quite a huge continent we have here.
What's mine?
But anyway, here we are into game 3. Unfortunately, we didn't see what happened in that match, but hopefully we see the entirety of this match, and it's looking pretty good right now for Hitsuji. Pushing 9 into the corner. No fruit out for the mix, or rather for the pressure. No fruit pressure. This time there's fruit pressure. Tries to go for the command grab, but that setup makes it pretty safe. And that is death. Belly flop really does a lot of damage. Sounds like you have doubts about the GOAT? Not necessarily.
Round 2.
It's not about the GOAT. It's about my faith in the Suj. Yes, we are biased commentary right now. I'm joking. Alright, instant block right now. What a call out, and grabs that, but no conversion. Throws Suji into the corner. Could actually combo off of that, but not able to. Nice challenge. Uses 2A as a challenge, actually. And actually doing some pretty good stuff there, but that one isn't a very good one. Suji is going to be pushing 9 to the corner with this, and this is going to be problematic for 9. What is this infinite loop? Okay, finally challenges there, but Suji going for the flop. Okay, 9 really needs to go for stance cancels if they want to make that save, but that with oh my god! What? Okay. What was that? Oh god. Okay, that was cursed as heck, but that's another clip, I guess. Alright, yeah, the whiff super into Telesi is the Suji classic. And 9 just responds with a super. Which is interesting approach, an anti-air the Telesi. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Alright, well played. At least we got we got to see the last match completely without any issues. So hopefully that'll be the case for the rest of the tournament. Okay, but anyway, that is 4 games, right? So let me just refresh and take a look at our bracket, just for everyone to, you know, keep check and be on the same page. Alright, let's update the score on that. Okay, never mind. Cat has already updated that. Thank you very much. And let me switch that up for everyone to see. And if you also want to see it just on your browsers and not on mine, go ahead and look at that bracket on the link, or type exclamation point bracket. However, here we are. So far, what's happening is that in the winner's semi, we're going to be seeing Suji versus Sky, the 2 artists head-to-head. I Love Bread versus Uma. These 2 are having a little bit of a rivalry already. And later, we'll be seeing Dreon versus Kama. And actually, Cadence and 9 can get started with their match already, because before we get started with the rest of the match, we're actually going to be having a short break, just, you know, for everyone to, you know, catch a little bit of breath, make sure their internet's working, make their Wi-Fi get some breathing space. So we're going to take a short break, just around 5 minutes, so make sure you don't go away. We'll be right back in a bit. Hello again, everyone. We are back from the little short break. So I'm hoping everyone's refreshed. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. Drink some water. It's really not good for your health to, just be drinking other stuff or not drinking water at all. So drink some water, guys. Stay hydrated. Even this evening. And we have breaks for you to go for, restroom breaks anyway. Anyway, okay. Alright, but yeah, it's time for us to get back to our matches for tonight. By the way, I just want to mention to everyone watching the stream, not on YouTube, because this is actually being streamed on YouTube at the same time as well. We're streaming it on both ends, but I think most of our viewers are on Twitch, so just make sure to follow us, or rather subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet, because we actually keep the VODs there. So if you want to see like what happened a month ago and so on and like that, we keep everything there. So all the matches are there, and we usually put timestamps, and eventually we're going to be putting some more highlights right there. Why am I using the old Night Prairie variant? Because it looks cool. Do I like it more? Not necessarily, but it really looks nice. I just like using it. Anyway, so let's just take a quick look at the bracket just to remind everyone what. Yeah, because I like dark stuff. Not really dark stuff, but rather not so glaring stuff. For instance, this bracket is just too bright. Okay. Oh, just had a COVID shot, so you couldn't enter tonight, Techless. No worry, there's always next time. That's what Banana Soup would say, and he's not right here, so I'm saying it in his stead. Alright, so just a quick look at the bracket. So winner semi, we have Suji and Sky, I Love Red and Uma, and then the losers, Drayon and Kama's fight is going underway. 9 unfortunately had something to take care of and had to drop off of the tournament, thus Cadence will be advancing. 9 had to go for a volunteer disqualification. But not to worry, there's always next time. I already said that. There's always next time, and hopefully it'll be fine next time. Anyway, pronouncing bread's name. Wait, what? Did I? There's zero doubt you like bread. Look, I love bread. I love bread. We both love bread. Pandesal and I love bread. His name is literally bread. Alright, anyway, speaking of bread, we're actually going to get started with Bread and Uma's match first, since we just finished Hitsuji's match, and, let Hitsuji's data take a little bit of a breather. So, yeah, let's get started. Okay. Let me ping Uma. You're not in the wrong room, Pandisa. Let me ping. We are going to start now. Okay. I would type JP, but I don't have a JP keyboard prepared, so can't do that, unfortunately. So anyway, let me switch the scene right now. So look at that, and we have Uma and I Love Bread. Both pretty prepared right now. And I wonder what Uma will be playing for this. Earlier we already saw Uma play his Oleander against Drayon, but I did mention earlier that Uma knows how to play Tianhuo as well. And before, I've been seeing Uma use Tianhuo against Bread very often. I think that's pretty much his pick for the Velvet matchup, as he recognizes, or at least acknowledges, that Oleander is quite disadvantaged in the matchup. So I'm expecting to see that Uma's going to go for a... going to go for his Tianhuo for this match. We'll find out. 2 Velvets in bracket. Just realized that is right. No, actually, we have 3. If you think about it. Kama's also in the bracket. There's Sky. So yeah, we actually have 3. And Bread, obviously. Alright, so as I kind of called it, Uma is actually going to go for Tianhuo for this matchup. So, let's go see how this works out. Immediately, Bread takes the first hit. Or rather, makes the first hit. Pushes Uma into the corner. And gets caught by that Shatter Sea. Inoki. It's something really easy to fall for. When you haven't, you know, kind of like warmed up into the fight against Velvet. Alright, but look at that. This sweet combo looks very, very familiar. Okay, I'll stop it. But yes, good combo right there. Uma trying to go for that pressure with the JC, which works out pretty well at first. But the thing is, like, once you go for that repetitive pattern, it can be easily countered. It's just as what Brad done there. You have to be mindful there. Oh wow, what a JB by Brad. Really not scared to challenge Uma in the air now. He's pretty much gotten Uma's movements to the core. But obviously, Uma can adapt here. Uma, a very experienced player in the fighting game scene. But not experienced enough to be prepared for that Shatter C. Gets hit for the second time. No conversion out of that 5C hit. But it's alright because Uma was frozen. Drops a combo this time. This is unbecoming of Bread. But these whiffs and drops aren't really costing Bread that much. Bread has the space. What a 5B by Uma, but Uma wasn't ready for that to hit. No conversion. Ah, that 7D JC puts Uma out of range for that. Uma's got a combo on Bread onto the corner. Oh, drops a combo, however. That 6A, no conversion yet again. Oh, but that 1D was just too early. Oh, gets caught by the 4DJA. Okay, Uma putting Bread a little bit of mid-screen. Oh, forgets that the JC actually, or rather the flight of level 2, will actually not make him descend there. Oh, Bread with the immediate. Oh, wow. What a comeback by Uma. So the thing there is Bread immediately went for wake up reversal, whereas Uma was actually way far behind. So I'm not certain if Bread was mashing that, or he was trying to wait for Uma to go for a quick JC, perhaps. Try to anti-air it with Magic Eruption. Really? Okay, but Bread ain't gonna stop there. He's pretty much got Uma already at extremely low health in just a short amount of time, but that JC is gonna chase Velvet. That's why you do not want to go for too many backdashes against Tianho. It's a level 2 right there. And a little bit mid-screen. What's the mix? Oh, a little bit lagging there. Oh, but Uma finding the opportunity there. Goes for the crash yet again. Just a simple JC, but that allows Bread to actually cross-counter Uma. But that Shatter C is not going to work out as an anti-air there. Was really questionable. No tech, and that's actually costing Bread the game.
Do not let defeat be the end.
Bread could have tech there, but unfortunately he wasn't ready for that at all. So really, something I think that was kind of interesting, to say the least. Going for the Shatter C. I mean, I know Shatter C anti-air can work, but it's something I don't think that you would really want to rely on against Tianho. It is a kind of like a hard call out with the timing and all. Anyway, Bread is also one who can adapt to pacing. And I'm pretty sure this is how Uma's actually trying to get in on Bread, changing the pacing and all. Super jump flight and into the air dash JC, and it just works out. Bread's into the corner. Uma's going for these hard knockdowns. Personally, I wouldn't go for hard knockdowns, especially after a JC into... how do you call it? It's pretty much first hit, not max JD. So, would really think that going for maximum damage is probably a bit more useful, but nevertheless, it's working out for Uma. What a tricky approach there. The back air dash and goes back in with the 4D. And Bread is just caught off in a complete surprise. That's a KO.
Do not let defeat be the end.
Well, this pacing is working out really well for Uma. And Bread really needs to recognize this. He needs to play a bit more patiently. And see, with that patience, it's gonna work out. Uma's eventually gonna get tired out into this. Oh, that 2C whiff. Just a proper jump by Uma. That's a level 2. Is Uma gonna go for the hard knockdown here or just a carry into the corner? That's a hard knockdown. What's the mix? What an immediate low. Pretty dirty. What's the mix this time? It's a soft knockdown. Just a simple JC. But with that Ash, immediate 70 out of that. Brett was a bit impatient and tried to go for a 2C. And Brett is in trouble here. That's another hard knockdown. Oh, Uma wasn't able to convert off of that. That could have been it. But this is enough. Wow, tricky, tricky. Uma's really taking a lot of notes from Tailnick right here. Just kicks Brett immediately into the losers. Just 2-0. Very, very strong showing by Uma. And Brett needs to remember this, as both of these players are actually in the final showdown. He needs to not let this simply go away. Alright. But yeah, that was really nice. Well done by Uma. Now it's time to see our next set of players. The two artists, Hitsuji and Skyfire. Let me ping these two players just to be sure if they're here. I mean, I know both of them are tuned in on the stream, but you know, just for consistency, I'll be pinging the two players and on the Discord and wait for them to hop right in. Yeah. Okay, a little restroom break by Skyfire. That is not a problem. We can wait for a little bit here. But I think this is the greatest opportunity for me to flog these two players, you know, Twitter accounts, because if you guys aren't following these two people on Twitter yet, I don't know what you're doing. Either you just don't have Twitter or you don't know what you're doing. Make sure to follow these artists. They do really good stuff. They've done a lot. Maybe I'm exaggerating when I say that. No, I think that's the right term. Yeah, these two players have done some things for the Fauna, the banners, some of the promotional art that we have. So these two people, make sure to check them out if you haven't yet. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows Hitsuji and Skyfire by now. If you don't, what game are you playing? I think sure there's more artists out there that's contributing more on the art side of TFH. Yes, but look, we're the Fauna. I'm talking about the Fauna right here. And where are our other artists for the Fauna? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, my point exactly. Stop resident sleep. CG. There's Coco. All right, yeah, of course, yeah, we can mention Coco. Let me also log in her Twitter. Look, I love Coco's art, but how do I put this? Now get mad at me that I forgot, because to be fair, she's been quite inactive. There you go. There's Coco T. If anyone knows the other artists in the Fauna, someone put that on the chat for everyone to know. Make everyone know what's happening in Asia and why we are relevant. Alright, anyway, we have the two players already in the lobby. So I presume that means both of these players are ready. So if they're ready, let me get started. And also, yeah, the artist value doesn't come in the quantity of artworks you produce. And even if you don't have that much quantity and quality, we will appreciate you because you've been doing much stuff for the Fauna. As a matter of fact, you guys have been here for so long. I wasn't even playing this game yet when you were already doing stuff. Alright. But anyway, that was just the point. It's not that we're disregarding other artists. I'm just saying, this is the Fauna, and we want to promote the players in the Fauna for what things they do. But if you're already aware of these, the quality of the artwork these two players have been producing, but you're unaware of the quality of play that they have. Well, I got something in for you, fellas. You're gonna see the quality of the fights here. I'm just hoping the connection also is quality, because that's the main concern here. But I must say, firsthand, I fought these two players already myself. A lot of other players can also say their performances in tournaments as well have been, especially in the Fauna, have been showing that these two players are not just artists. They are very good Dems Fighting Herd players. And as you can see, with this, you don't see an average player just doing a combo like that with Velvet. Okay, alright, I gotta stop that now. Okay, let's focus on the match at hand. But yeah, Sky definitely working out, just keeping out the space here. Sky seems very confident to stick into the corner here as long as she can get that space. But now Hitsuji's right at her face, but still has the initiative. That is a perfect. Hitsuji needs to be a bit more careful here. Now sometimes it's so tempting to just super jump into Velvet's face, but that's something you might not always want to do, because sure, you might get in her face, but even if you block the 6A, it's usually her turn. And most especially if you block an icicle, it's definitely her turn. So you have to be mindful of how you approach Velvet. And I think Hitsuji is obviously keeping that in mind, which is something for everyone else to know as well. And here, Suji finally shows a teleport and catches Sky off with a surprise. Hitsuji is a little bit low on the health here. And as a matter of fact, I think a single touch here, just like that, is actually going to kill. Oh, wow. Sky going for something schmancy fancy, but that teleport B ain't gonna work out if you're still frozen. So Skyfire takes the game on this one. The connection seems to be pretty stable. I mean, at least from the spectator's end. The most important thing is the spectator's end. I don't care what these players are going... I'm joking. I'm hoping the connection also reflects on the actual thing they're having. Obviously, there's pretty high ping between the two. But this is something Asians already accustomed to. And Skyfire is very accustomed to this. She fights everyone around the world. Did it kick Jean? No. First game ended. I saw what happened there. So, move on to game 2. Do you mean you're already starting game 2 and I got kicked off of game 2? Well, in any case, it looks pretty okay. On the spectator's end, it's looking pretty dandy. And I'm not sure if it's dandy on your end, but as long as it's dandy for our eyes, it's a-okay. Yeah, most of us now have a third eye to compensate for hyping. Oh shoot, sorry. I was looking at the wrong name when I was looking at the scoreboard. Sorry. Skyfire was able to take the first game. That was my mistake. Thank you for highlighting that. But anyway, we're moving on to game 2. Suji needs to be a bit more mindful with his approach here, and most especially when on Frozen. I think I mentioned this already before. The fight between Cadence and Sky, that you have to be when you're frozen like 9 out of 10 times, you just want to just take the chip damage, or sometimes you have to take the throw. We're all aware of the frozen tech bug right now, and that is quite unfortunate, but I think in this case you might rather just take the throw instead. Alright, Sky finally getting a bit of breathing space here, but Suji already done a bit of damage. Push block. Oh, what a stagger by Sky. Just 2A into 2C immediately. Alright, but... Oh! Going for the schmixes resets. And Suji has the broccoli right down there. I'm not sure what Suji was inputting there. Was reading maybe a jump in, and actually was, indeed. But Sky immediately techs. Very prepared for that. Just taking the broccoli just to make sure that it's not going to be a problem later. However, Suji just going for the 2A meaty. And that open up Sky. That's actually death. That might have almost dropped. I think Suji might have wanted a belly flop there. In any case, it actually worked out just fine. A broccoli underneath Sky. She actually has to be careful just crouching down there. That actually allowed Suji to open her up. Okay. Oh, I thought I was gonna go for a hard knockdown, but it's a basket mix. Oh my god, look at that damage! All of Skyfire's health just lost there. And this is actually death just that quick? Wow! That was mad insane. Skyfire not ready for the basket mix. And with that, Suji takes the second game, now 1-1 between the two players. When I tell you, these two players really have some juice to show. Like, where do you block there? There's also the threat of card C. There's also the threat of just a simple 2A. You might get 2A into card C, which is something you usually would want to absolute guard. Or, you know, maybe you just get exploded by Tele D. It's kind of hard. Wasn't even holding button for recovery. Oh. Oh well. I'm not sure what's happened to the players' end. Well, what's important is what we saw there. Okay, they have it paused on the stream. Okay, we're moving on to game 3. This is the last match of them. This is winner semi. And we're going to see who will prevail. Both players got two straight rounds on each of their wins. So Skyfire snagging 2 rounds in a row, and Suji for game 2 snagging 2 rounds in a row. It's actually surprisingly back and forth, not just like that.
Snuggles, get in line. Round 1. Fight.
All right, here we go. Hit Suji's home place. Okay, just a kiss right there. That pot allows Suji to maintain the pressure. Skyfire going wild on these push blocks. And Suji's just resetting the pressure because of these countless of push blocks. And that backdash attempt by Sky just gets called out. That DP gets evaded, no punish. Scanters out of there. Okay, Sky very aware using that 2D just to make sure to cover the potential Tele-C. Oh, but this time Sky wasn't covering that Tele-C. And Hitsuji finds that opening. Cinnamon roll. Whoa! Cinnamon roll meaty. I'm not really sure if that's a meaty if you'd count it. But that reversal DP just destroyed by the cinnamon roll. That's something you guys have to keep in mind. Oh, the second hit of the t-shirt sucking in Velvet. Oh, the mix with the fruit. Kicks Velvet out of the corner, but that's a lot of damage. Okay, Sky, even with the distance, is not afraid to just go for Magic Eruption. Oh, we're going to see a level 2. Okay, Suji keeping the distance. Oh my gosh, the delay just neutral super jump. And it just card C's out of there. Waiting probably for the timing of the cinnamon roll and the card C to convert to make it ambiguous. That was quite silly, but it worked out. Okay. So Suji takes the game on that one. Good showing with that. Some good, terrifying mixes on Suji's end. Let's take a quick look at the chat. Let it fly all over the screen and wee! Okay. But anyway, it's time for us to move on. We're actually going to be seeing some fights in the losers bracket to see who will be fighting in the losers semi, or rather who will be our contenders for the losers semi. So sorry, let me refresh the bracket just to see. Skyfire, can I please get the space for this? Alright, but it's... Oh, you can't. Did it freeze? Wild. How do you... Okay. Alright, I'll just kick, yeah. Alright, so... Reserve F. Okay, so that means later we will be seeing these fights. Okay, so from the losers bracket, obviously we've seen these players already from the winner's semi, but it's time for us to see them once more. This time we'll be seeing the fight between I Love Bread and Cadence. So let me ping these two players. Cadence and Pandesal. Let's have you two on board, please. Let me just reset the players. Okay, who we got here? Okay, we finally got Cadence and Bread on the board. Let's see whom between these two will hop on. Okay, Cadence facing yet another Velvet. And hopefully Cadence has picked up some pointers on how to deal with Velvet just from the previous matches. Something that maybe they could apply against Bread in particular. So we'll be seeing that, how it works out. I'm actually not sure if I've seen these two fight quite often. It's just it's already ingrained in my mind. Like usually I see Cadence and Skyfire, and then afterwards it's Cadence versus Hitsuji. It's quite common to see, but I mean this is pretty good. We see something fresh this time. Doing pretty well with the blocks, but that card C ain't gonna reach. So no punish, and or rather no punish for Cadence, and Bread actually is doing the one of punishing. Just zoning, but Bread here actually wanting to take the space a bit, trying to take the aggression by moving in with 2 C's and 2 A's. Oh, what a shatter C challenge. Actually able to evade a challenge with a 2A or 2B. This is a setup that I don't think I've ever seen with Bread before until this tournament. Just using the wind immediately, making you come a bit closer for the Oki. Right, but that magic eruption just closes the round for Bread's favor. Just 2B, 2B, rather 5B, 5B. But that stagger ain't gonna work. Bread sees through the third one and actually takes space by barely moving. Off screen, crushing Paprika a lot. Have to be careful here, especially with whiffs like that. And if you're very tempted to dash in, you're gonna get punished with a Shatter A. Brad playing a bit more patiently here, just standing still there. Oh, and just covers that immediately. So as we seen earlier with Sky actually also used that to try to cover Telesi. But wasn't able to catch Suji, with Suji being a bit more patient. But this one, we see Cadence being punished for that. Gets called out, and that 2D covers Telesi. This is why this matchup can be very challenging for Paprika. Not only do you have to fight for, have to get it closer, being zoned with the projectiles and all that, and most of your moves, your special inputs being charge motions, while you have to get close and you barely have projectiles or ways to get in. So it's quite problematic for Paprika to approach. However, once Paprika gets in, it can be quite devastating for Velvet, but just something that the Paprika player and every character will have to deal with against Velvet is the RPS against those magic eruptions. Okay, and in this case, if the Velvet has no magic yet, you can actually go for meaties a bit more bravely. Good stagger, but no confirm. But this one, the counter hit does not convert from that. And actually that belly flop being blocked is a bit problematic for Cadence. She's now there in the corner. Okay, takes back into the mid screen. She converting from that. This could be death. Alright, yes, Cadence actually able to finish Bread off right there.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, but that Telev is gonna get called out with a 5A. So as much as Telebi seems to be one of your good ways to get in against Velvet as a Paprika, you can get called out for that. As obviously, there's recovery. So usually you want to use those teleports when you know the Velvet is too focused on setting up icicles, because that's actually your timing to get in, as the Velvet would usually be stuck in recovery, and if you don't get a punish, you do at least get your turn, and you have the pressure against Velvet. But obviously pushing Velvet into the corner is also suitable, but not if the Velvet tech rolls forward with a DP, and actually that's just what happened. Something you really have to call out for. Right? Caden's being a little bit zoned out here. Oh, but that 2C just snags a hit against Bread. And if Caden's properly routes this, unfortunately did not. I was about to say they could have gotten the kill, but in this case, Bread could actually be the one getting the kill here. A very unfortunate drop by Cadence. Oh, that's not a kill yet. Oh no, actually that is a kill. Bread actually goes for the super there.
That was close.
Unfortunate.
Final round. Fight.
This allows Bread to take the round back. Right, Bread has no meter and backs off because of this, because he knows that Touchy Kendo won't be giving him freeze. Do not really want to do too many interactions with a max JD Velvet. Or at least that's what Bread is trying to think in this situation. Anti-air, but oh no, that flop ain't gonna work out. Flop actually barely does anything against Velvet unless you're using it in a combo. And that's gonna be a kill, unfortunately. Wow. Just solid execution by Bread right there.
That was perfect.
And that was just game one, right? Damn. Forgot teaser cards. Right. Yeah, it's so... Obviously, in the middle of a tournament or certain fights, like especially nerves can get in, you kind of can forget some of the things that you've used. It's really good if you can keep a good count of your routings. Like, have I already used ground bounds? And have I already used wall stick? Those kind of things you have to take into consideration when you're trying to convert. And that's why conversion is actually kind of a difficult skill to learn, because you do things off of a stray hits. They're not the usual things that you just do in combo training or just sitting in training room, where you do it against an opponent just standing still. So that's why sometimes for our beginner players out there, you might want to set the dummy to be doing certain things as well. Like, you can set the dummy to be jumping. You can do it off of a counter hit. You can do it like off of a specific move that they were doing. Like, for instance, Tianhuo doing 7D. So you might want to set your dummy to be doing those things and practice more, so that you can get a little bit more experience with the conversions. Obviously, just simply sitting in training room doing that will not really guarantee you learning conversions, as this a skill you have to pick up over time. There are so many situations you have to take into consideration. But that's something you have to do. Wait, what? It was O2 already? Wait, what? Was I not paying attention properly? Oh, shoot. I am sorry. It's about to be O3. I'm really sorry. I wasn't paying close attention to this yet. This is why I usually need someone with me here. Really sorry about that one. Okay. So, anyway, about that, sorry. Yeah, that is my bad. That is really my bad. I need to pay a bit more attention here. Alright, but with that, Cadence is out of the tournament, but definitely not without showing some good stuff with her Velvet, with their Velvet there. Okay. So anyway, time for us to move on to our next two players. Yeah, really sorry about that. Have to be a bit more mindful with what's going on. Okay, so for next fight, let us take a look at Sky versus Drayon, these two players. Hopefully they'll have a pretty good connection with each other. No guarantees, obviously, but we'll find out. Okay, Drayon and Skyfire. Let me ping these two players. Shut and Drayon. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Brett. I just wasn't paying attention to the score. There's something I should be more mindful of, but not to worry. I'll try to be more careful with this. Yeah, that was cringe. Keen 2. Who's Keen? Who the heck is Keen and why are they cringe? Guy Keen cringe eater. Alright. Okay, so we're just waiting on Drayon for this one. Yeah, China. So this is a Russia versus China match. You're spacing out too after pressing ready. Cringe is in their jeans. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Fauna Weekly. When Gaijin is the one commentating or streaming, this is actually the time where we, burn him. That's just how it is. This is why you should have Soup here instead. Or maybe I should have asked Bycaf to co-commentate. I should have asked you earlier, Bycaf. I didn't know you'd stay awake. You silly kid, staying awake. Oh, you're done with works? Hello, Soup. Great work. Otsukare with your translation. That's cringe because you're Korean and I said Japanese. What? Again, I'm getting cyberbullied here, right? Okay, Drayon and Sky are here, but we're still waiting on the connection to, stabilize. If it will ever stabilize. I'm hoping it will. But in any case, right, yeah. I don't think I've seen these two players fight, but I know they fought before, like maybe casually. That is a ping that I do not want to see ever again. Most especially if I'm the one playing. Drayon's 400 ping on you. That's playable. I've played Arcanel at 420 ping. The meme number. Yes, it was actually 420 ping. And it was playable. Oh, Pecora. Whoa. Alright, yeah, these two VTuber fans. I Love Bread and Banana Soup. Right. I'm trying to stay away to... But nah, I'll just get cyberbullied again.
Those goofballs away from me.
Alright, I'm hoping this ain't a disconnect. Because it's starting to look like it is. Because, yeah, it's not loading. Shanty stage with a... Hey, is this the shadow palette for Velvet? I'm not even certain, actually. Because all the dark colored palettes look the same to me. 400 ping is playable. Yes, 400 ping is playable. Only in Asia. We also have a legendary 7600 ping, which is also playable. Yes, only in Asia. This is natural. This is something we're accustomed to. This is something that we have as an edge against you Western. That sounds like I'm racist. Sorry, let me take that back. I'm just saying this in jest to keep you in mind. But this is something we have as an edge over Westerners. We have very, very good tolerance to ping. Time to cancel. No, please don't cancel me. Okay. Yeah, I blame Sky for this. I think I should DQ Sky. Joking. Alright, well that was a DC, and I believe the two players aren't fighting. Are they? Are they fighting? Because I won't be able to tell if I'm just sitting here. I presume they're not fighting. They're playing in an elevator. Yeah, just the ping and ping just goes up and down. This is pretty much ping pong, right? Oh, since Sky isn't replying here, they might be fighting. Oh yeah, that is indeed a concern. Okay, I'll ping them first. Are you fighting? You're going to donate all your monies to help out Asia's ISPs. You know, we'd gladly take your money, K9. We have a considerable amount of patience, not like we have a choice. Pretty much. We have the patience, but at the same time, we also don't really have the choice. Like, even if we don't want to be patient about it, yeah. Yeah, that too. Also what Suji said, like, even my ISP is garbage. That's so toxic. Yeah. Yeah, it's just really in the network infrastructure in most Asian countries are just pretty poor, and this is something we just grow up with. Maybe instead of donating money to improve Asia's ISPs, you might want to donate money for us to immigrate to the West. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. I got you. By the way, Sky, did you fight? Did you guys fight? Because at this rate, I think it might be better to just have your fight off stream, and then we could just call a break here and just let you guys fight it out. Because I think we're just gonna keep disconnecting. All right, yeah. So, and you lost the lag disadvantage. The lag might reduce if I get out of this lobby. So, I think it might be best if I just let the two of them fight. Don't you guys think? What do you guys think? Shall we force it? Just try to spectate anyway? Community decisions. It's 1-0 in Drayon's favor, right? Alright, we'll try to see the gameplay. Although we could not see the first fight, unfortunately. It's already 1-0. Okay, so we'll keep spectating this one. The game is gonna shut down. If we get disconnected and if the two fight, well, we can't really do anything about that, right? Let's watch the dumpster fire. That's a new name for Skyfire, right? No, I know what you mean. Alright, here we go. Game 2, though. We did not know what happened in Game 1, so unfortunately we cannot really comment on that one. However, it was in favor of Drayon. And Skyfire actually going for the switch to Oleander. Actually, the first time I've encountered Sky, yeah, she actually was playing Oleander a bit more. And obviously I couldn't deal with that because, she was too strong for me. But yeah, that's pretty much got stuck in my mind. Autopilot and lag probably better. Yeah, this is what I meant. This is extremely concerning. This is what Asia has to deal with. Oh, that was a good screenshot. Yeah, we got disconnected. Right. I believe since we're not hearing anything from Sky in the chat, that means their fight is underway. Yeah, really can't do anything. We keep getting disconnected from it. That's a GG. Really can't tell. Should have played the character that actually describes her name. Yeah. Well, name is Skyfire, but hates Tianho. I mean, she hates everyone, I guess, but doesn't play Tianho. SMH. Anyway, I reckon we just wait this. Should we just wait this? I think, it might be better if we just go on a break and let them fight it out. Because we got disconnected twice already. And they seem to be having their fights anyway, so might as well DC from here. Yep, that's the decision I'm going to make. Stream the other match. There are no other matches. Okay, look, let me show you guys what we have in the bracket, just for everyone to know. I have nothing else to stream. I have nothing else to stream. I've got nothing to show you. The only one remaining right now is Sky versus Drayon, and we're actually supposed to go on a break after these two fight, and we're moving to top 4. That is actually the intended proceedings with this. So nothing else to stream, unfortunately. So I think it's best to really show the trailer once the tournament is over. Yeah, we're saving it for the end. So just to let everyone know who's watching and didn't catch it earlier, we're dropping a trailer for the final showdown, the announcement of the date, and just something maybe a little bit hype, something that Banana Soup has pulled up a video for everyone to be anticipating the final showdown. The final showdown is the top 8 of the Fauna. So just for everyone to know. Tell a story. Tell us about your doggo. I don't really have anything to say with a dog. When we first had our dog, it was a little puppy. The dog's name is Shaw. And it was actually scared of dogs. And my family just made a decision to keep a dog. And so like one time I was just chilling at the sofa. I was home alone. The dog just barked and ran up to me. I was scared shitless and I was just alone at home. I wanted to cry. That's a story, I guess. Now I'm used to the dog, I guess. It's been years now. What the dog doing? So I presume Drayon won based on this outburst by Sky. Let's get a confirmation. Yeah, let's get a confirmation. Oh, it's 1-1. Okay. So, you guys go on ahead and fight. Since it's 1-1. Yeah, you guys continue with your fights, and yeah, I'll just ask for your guys' replays. So with this, I think we should be going on a break while Skyfire and Drayon go on with their fights, so that everyone can already prep up, and as soon as they finish, we can get started with the winners final. Okay. But anyway, just to let everyone know, yeah, all right, yeah, Sky's pause the stream. Let me tell. Continue your match off stream because we keep getting booted. We will go on a break. You report on stream. Oh, you hear it. Okay, fine. Yeah, I thought earlier you muted it or paused it. Anyway, so we're going on a break. Was everyone who's not yet on the Discord? It's not only limited to Asians. It's open to everyone. Obviously, our events are primarily targeted to the Asian scene, which sometimes also open to Oceania and East Russia. But feel free to chill with us in the Discord. We've got a bunch of Westerners who chill with us too there, so maybe have fun with us. But for now, let's go on a break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. So yeah, just make sure it was just a quick break, as we want to get back to our fights as soon as possible. So the fight between Sky and Drayon has actually already finished, and the result, Skyfire actually will be the one advancing through the top 4. So Drayon has been eliminated. So we already have our top 4 players. We have Hitsuji, Uma in the winner's final, and we have Sky and Bread in the loser's semi. So obviously we're going to be starting with our winner's final, Hitsuji versus Uma. I know we all want to see the fights because we got kind of, you know, we kind of got stumped with it. I'm looking for another word that's, you know, kind of appropriate for stream, but I can't find the word. But we kind of got stumped on that one since we couldn't watch the fight between Skyfire and Drayon. So I know you guys all want to see this go on. So let's get right to it as soon as possible. So we have Umaare versus Hitsuji. This is a first to 3 since we are in the winner's final. So let us get started. Okay. Okay, we're just waiting for Hitsuji's connection to properly load out. I synchronized there. Right, okay. Seems to be they're doing a-okay. Great job by Skyfire overcoming that. So Skyfire is going to be facing one of her nemesis as well, another Velvet later on. We're going to see that after this fight between Uma and Hitsuji in a winner's final. Alright. Now, I'm not certain if Uma has been fighting a bunch of paprikas, especially as far as I know, he's been challenging a lot of players from all over the world, and he's been getting some challenges. But I'm not sure if he's fought some paprikas in those challenges that he's been going for, because aside from Cadence and Hitsuji, there's not really too many paprikas to fight within Asia. So something to take into consideration with this knowledge matchup. Uma going for his Oleander for this matchup in particular, however. Okay, just a neutral play there. Good 2C by Hitsuji. Goes for the short hop to properly space it out. Oh, that JC connects completely. But Suji's going for resets nonetheless, even though with that JC starter. Another reset. Now actually going for resets here is a pretty fine idea. Most especially, this is an Oleander, and you do not want to give Oleander meter as much as possible. Okay, but Uma's finally taking advantage here. That is an interesting setup with this chapter trap. And Uma actually able to bait Suji out there. Gets hit by the trap. And very appropriate for its name, the patience by Uma. Catching Hitsuji with a 5B. Oh, but this time Kuma's not prepared for that teleport B. And gets snagged by 2A. Hitsuji takes the round. Oh, I forgot to drink some water. Hold up. Alright. I'm parched. And it looks like Uma's as well. Having that 2-meter. What a 2B response against that teleport B. This time Uma was completely ready for it. But drops the combo. And Tsuji's not gonna let that opportunity pass. What a good conversion. And actually here Tsuji's gonna go for the basket setup. Oh, and Uma gets caught in it. The damage. It's just riveting. It gets caught by the grab. What is the mix here? Oh, just go for the connect with a t-shirt. And that's the reset point that Tsuji was going for. This is death. Great work there by Hitsuji. I think that the crucial point there was the drop that Uma did. And actually Uma immediately lost his momentum, allowing Hitsuji to continue off there. And most especially after that basket hit, the damage is just so huge. It really is hard to keep an eye on that one. However, once you get to block that, it's actually still a bit problematic. Like after blocking the basket first, it it's kind of hard to take your turn back there, most especially with the fruits or the pots flying off. So you still have to continue being patient there, like, because after Paprika pops off, there's still going to be a mix afterwards, most likely. Get hit by a 2A, you can get card seed immediately, you can get command grab. There's so many options that Paprika can do there. However, not the end of the world. There's definitely some responses that you can do there. Like, if you're mindful with the fruits that are coming out, you can actually go for a 6A. But the thing is just that Paprika's invulnerable there, so if the Paprika blocks after the burst, at the very least you could somewhat take your turn. But have to be careful with the projectiles overall. Now Uma's going for the switch on the Tianwu here and hoping that this works out better for him. Oh, but not after pressing that A against the fruit, and that's actually going to allow Hitsuji to maintain his pressure here. Uma going for the backdash, but Tsuji with the delayed 5A catches that. Oh, that JC blocks that part C, but Uma doesn't immediately punish. That's actually quite understandable because Tsuji is one of those players who actually follows it up with the delayed launcher or maybe even sometimes with a super. Which is not a true frame trap if you go for the launcher, by the way. But probably Uma was very concerned of that being a possibility and could not react at all. Oh, the grab. And very much indeed, Tsuji is on fire here, going for the basket setup once again. Is Uma ready this time? No, not at all. Oh, the whiff missed the command grab, but Uma's not ready for that as well. Like, he wasn't sure what to do there and gets punished. Even though Hitsuji was the one who whiffed a command grab. And now it's 2-0. Oh, but Uma left. I really think Uma forgot that this is the first to 3. Let me remind him. Winner's final. Yeah, Uma might have forgotten it's first to 3. He stopped playing. He might have something important to do. Actually, he was asking earlier if he could get started as soon as possible because he needed to. He said he didn't have much time. He might have something important to do, so maybe. When Tsuji put the basket out, Uma didn't press anything. Not certain what he was going through on that one, but where is Uma? Because that is not the end yet. I mean, supposedly in terms of the scorings, does anyone know where Uma went? Do I have to go to his stream and tell him? If he's streaming still, that is. Maybe he has emergent stuff to do, and he cannot continue with the tournament. To be fair, it is just a casual tournament, so yeah, I'm gonna check on him, obviously. I have to.
集中していくというその本番に向けてというところで今はモチベーションを保っているので、また今後ともよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
I think he can't. Yeah, he just ended his stream. Okay, I'm not gonna translate that to everyone. Okay. Understood. See you. Sorry, let me... Okay. Sorry, I needed to just let him know. Okay. So, unfortunately, in this regard, actually, Uma has decided to DQ off of the tourney. Yep. So, that is... Yeah. 2 DQ for in Uma's favor, in Hitsuji's favor. Well, that means that we're not going to be having a loser's final. We're just going to be having a loser's semi, which is just the first to 2. And immediately the winner, the loser semi, will be the one facing Hitsuji in the grand finals. Yeah, he probably works in an early shift. Yeah, let's go with that. Anyway, with that being said, let's look out and see our next players. Let's also switch that stuff. Okay, so let me ping our next two players, which are Sky and Bread. Can we please have the two of you on board? Now, we're still going to follow the bracketing. I know that Uma has dropped off of the tournament. However, we're still going to follow the structure. So this is a first to two. Let's get over with it. Now I know why Uma's dropping out of the tournament. He needs to watch Pekora's stream. That is actually the reason. I know. And Uma actually got ahead of you, Bread. You gotta finish this soon, otherwise you're gonna miss out the rabbit VTuber. It's an H. Alright. Anyway, Bread is ready. And I suppose on Sky's end, it's still trying to stabilize. This is loser semi. First to two only, so keep this in mind. All right.
Well, hello there, beautiful. Always nice to meet a fan. Round one. Fight.
Okay. Sorry. Bit of a doozy right there. Kind of lost the attention for a moment. Okay, but alright, yes, a Velvet Mirror as we have expected. We're seeing a lot of Velvet Mirrors. It really shows that there's a lot of Velvet players playing in the Fauna. But Skyfire is definitely taking the initiative with these exchanges. Already has a life advantage. Oh, but that 5D is something that Bread can easily confirm off of. Really sick with his confirms. Alright, the zoning game's happening. That push block prevents Bread's 5C from connecting, but no response from Sky right there. Sky is really push block heavy. Push block happy, rather. Oh, that one Chi-IB doesn't really do much there, right? But this is a pure zoning game that's happening right here. Okay, but Bread's finally making a decision to come in. That eruption hits, but not able to pick it up from there, unfortunately. But just a single hit by Bread here can actually end the game, or he can just stall it out. If Sky's not able to take the hit here, Sky needs to go for the offense here. Tries to go for the cross canter against that icicle, but it ain't gonna work out. Bread going to be patient and just block there. He had the time, he had life lead to his advantage. Alright, they're trying to go in on this again. Okay, good 2C into eruption. Oh god, that 2C just counter hits point blank, but no conversion off of it. That would have been an extremely painful combo had Bread successfully pulled that off from there. And that's a really good intense pressure there. Have to be careful with those push blocks, like especially if there were whiff ones. You're going to be whiffing your grab if you're going for BC push blocks. Okay, wow, catches Bread in the stagger pressure. Oh, not certain. Yeah, I believe Bread might have tried to go for a 5D there. Came a win instead. Oh, but picks it up by after blocking that Shatter C and goes for the right full punish here. Not able to confirm into super, unfortunately, but that one is something that Bread's gonna stop. That ain't gonna cut it. And Bread takes that game. Oh, Velvets. Yes, indeed. two of you blocking, making it a really drawled out fight. But this is actually, I suppose, a proper way to play Velvet. Have to go in the right time, have to outzone the opponent, and you have to block those mixes, especially those Shatter Seas, those Snowflakes that could catch you off guard. A lot of things you have to keep an eye for. There's so many projectiles also happening on the screen that if you're not paying attention as a Velvet player, you might also get lost with how many things are flying on the screen. So this is something that you really have to take experience with. And this kind of matchup can be kind of messy.
Let us break the ice. Ready?
The mirror matchup.
Fight.
Going for a lot of C presses there. And Sky being very patient, but taking quite amount of chip damage here. Already quite a lot. And Bread, after hitting that 5D yet again, confirming all of it. Bread is just really good with the confirmation after these snowflakes. Or the raw snowflakes, rather. On that eruption just out of range. Oh, this stagger and resetting the pressure with the snowflake. Skyfire's patient pays off and finds an opening in Bread's pressure. Okay, it sets up. Oh, that could have been a dirty mix, but just after the tech roll goes for the backdash and evades everything right there. Oh, backdash is off of that eruption. That was perfectly timed. Oh, good. Get some stray hits. It's not enough. Unfortunately, that slide in actually allows Bread to start his pressure instead. Okay, good. Skyfire is now taking her turn right here, but gets opened up there. Wasn't prepared, and I Love Bread finds the hole in Skyfire's approach and takes the round. Bread is at match point. While Sky is playing it quite patiently, she has to be a bit more mindful and like maybe try to go for a bit more aggression and try to go for something a little bit risky to open up Bread somehow, because Bread is just going for some pressure. That was a good jump. Kind of baited out Bread there. Oh, baits out the DP and punishes with a JA. That is a level 2. Bread is in big trouble. Throw. Set up with the icicle. Oh, gets caught by the grab. Oh, but Bread just DP reversals out of that. And actually, Bread is gonna go for a level 2 here. And Bread can actually take this back if Sky is not careful. That DP actually buys her a bit of time. What a... Such a brave movement to just go for a cross canter against jump ins, but it works out. But not completely, as Bread actually keeping the pressure again. And actually now Sky's not looking pretty good, but just that snag hit with a 5D actually does the job. And Skyfire actually making it not look so bleak for her. This is a first to 2 since there's no losers final. The thing is, we're still following the bracket, and even though Uma has already DQ'd himself off of the tournament, technically that would the DQ would mean that Uma has been sent to the losers final, and whomever he's facing in the losers final, he DQs out of that, so it becomes an automatic loss for him. So that's how it would be counted. So this is the loser semi. So this is a first to 2. Oh, Bread actually making it work. Bread has a lot of meter to work here with, and actually can go for another super here. That is... Oh, drops it there. Oh no! Sky tried to do something there. I'm not certain if it was a snowflake or a DP, but unfortunately, that whether it was a DP attempt, Bread was looking for it with that neutral jump and gets punished with a JC. Bread manages to win this one, and unfortunately that takes Skyfire off of the tournament, but definitely well played. Really making the Velvet Mirror quite intense right there. Well, with that now, since this is normally the time when we would be moving to the losers final. However, oh, Bread left anyway still. Yeah, that's just how it is, unfortunately, since even though Uma's DQ, it's pretty much like the equivalent of just him losing in the winners final and losing in the winners final and losing in the losers final. That's just how the bracketing works. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we need you back here, Bread. Although, if you need a minute, you can let us know because you just finished your fight. But we're going to be inviting Hitsuji to the let me ping there. And also Bread. There you go. Okay, you both are already in. Okay, so anyway, let's have Hitsuji and I Love Bread. So if you guys are ready, we are gonna get started. Oh, let me just switch the scene to look at the chat. Wee, right like there. This is a grand final. This is in Hitsuji's favor, thus... Oh. Alright, yeah, you gotta turn off your VPN. Not necessary for this one. Okay, but let me also take this moment to thank everyone who's tuned in on our stream. You know, this is just a casual tournament, so nothing really at stake here. However, that doesn't mean that these players are not playing very well. They're doing pretty good. And most especially the players we're seeing are some of the top players that you would see in the Fauna. Forgot to turn it back on with Uma. Whatever, it worked out. So, just we'll usually have this every Wednesday, so make sure to keep up with us on Wednesdays. Usually we hold this at 8 p.m. So make sure to check us if you wanna, hear our events like the soon as we announce it to all of our members on the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord server. Alright, even Suji's, I think, trying to refresh or reload. Alright. So, here they are again. Okay. Hopefully it stabilizes. And also after this fight, we're actually going to be seeing the trailer for the final showdown, which is the fight of the top 8 players in Asia. So we're going to be showing that a bit later after this tournament. Okay. But anyway, back to the actual tournament or casual Fauna Weekly tournament we go. So this is the grand final. Hitsuji is the one sitting in the winner's bracket, as we all know. But just to remind everyone, or if we have some viewers who are not familiar with the double elimination format or the usual format that we go for, is that Hitsuji has the advantage here since he has not yet lost a single game, or rather a single set. And this is a first to 3. Thus, what I Love Bread needs to do here is actually win a single first to 3, and then that will reset the bracket, wherein he needs to win another first to 3 if he wants to be the winner. However, in Hitsuji's case, he only needs to win one set. Alright. Anyway, here we go, and Suji's actually having a good pressure on Bread right here. Oh, instant blocks a couple of those hits, very intriguing. What a super jump there, and actually leaving Bread a tad bit confused. DPL wake up. Oh, but Suji not pressing the right button to go for a punish there, even though that was -2. Oh, that teleport ain't gonna cut it. A bit bit impatient by Hitsuji there, and Bread not taking any of that teleports. Oh, this is a bit problematic. Takes a space there, and Bread actually properly spacing that out. If you notice that Bread set up an icicle, put out a snowflake, backdashes, and goes for a 5A button there. So pretty much he was covering any kind of direction. If Hitsuji stays, the icicle was there. If Hitsuji goes for a teleport C, that snowflake was gonna hit. And as what happened earlier there, Tsuji's teleport B, the 5A covers it. Or I'm not sure if the 6A was intentional. Either way, that was how Bread covers all of those possibilities. And that raw super ain't gonna do it either. Bread's ready for that. Although of course Hitsuji has already taken the advantage with his initial offenses. Oh, but Bread drops that combo. Not able to bring out a level 2 in any of those. Oh, Tsuji going for another super yet again, and actually that's gonna cost him the game. Bread takes game 1.
Ashamed you were beaten by Zebex. Velvet wins.
Tsuji going for a lot of risky stuff right there. And I'm not certain if that's then the right idea to go for here. It's certainly going to work out in some cases, but Bread seems to be playing quite safely and trying to keep an eye on these potential ways for Paprika to get in. Such as with Telesi, Raw Super. These things, it looks like Bread is really keeping an eye close for this.
Snuggles, get in line. Ready?
Alright, back
Fight.
to the opaque highlands we go.
Look, don't touch.
Still drizzling right here, and it's also drizzling on Tsuji, getting caught here, and with the icicles, the eruptions, the snowflakes, all of them are falling down and hit Tsuji. Gets caught by that eruption, unable to dash block that icicle. And Bread's actually trying to space this out, trying to go in back and forth. Trying to make Hitsuji reconsider his approach, but now maybe Bread's the one who needs to reconsider about dashing in. It's punished with a 2C with that dash in, but for this one, Bread with a confident 5A and just immediately converts off of that.
Was it good for you too?
He wasn't even mashing 5A there if you realize. It was just a single 5A and then converts into that. He was definitely waiting for that situation. Oh, but that backdash, he definitely wasn't waiting for that pot and gets hit by that, but Tsuji not prepared for that to hit either. Oh, Bread is gonna make a bit of conversion. They're just trying to build some space there. Going for the maximum zoning and just making sure no Telesi shenanigans with those snowflakes. Oh, wow. Finds the spot right there. Bread very much aware of the spacing there. After the eruption, immediately goes into 5C after the block and catches Hitsuji trying to move or press buttons there. And that's actually going to be a kill! Or is it? No, it's not, but this is a chip out situation. And yeah, there was very little that Hitsuji could do in that scenario. Fred just going on a roll here. 0-2. And just one more, he can reset the bracket. Oh, Hitsuji vanished? I presume Hitsuji is trying to reconnect or try to... Yeah. There's something about the connection, I presume. Alright. So I need some news with Hitsuji here. Let me ping Hitsuji. Reconnected? He might have also taken off Discord just to make sure that there's less stress on his computer. Alright. Yep, he is indeed reconnecting, and here he is. He has reconnected. Hitsuji's back with us. And that is a cursed number. But it eventually stabilizes, so hopefully the match will also be pretty good here. Or rather, the connection in the match. Yep, that's looking pretty a-okay to me. So, back here we go. Switching player sides. Because, I don't know, that it's not really a rule, is it? But, whatever the case may be, Hitsuji's the one who's going on player 2 this time. Who knows? This might be advantageous for Hitsuji. Maybe he's more confident with the player 2. Maybe Brett is not confident with the player 1. Nah, I'm pretty sure these two players, with their experience, are pretty good with this. Also, I love this stage. Oh, opens up with the Shatter Sea, but the distance is kind of too far to really make a conversion. There's no magic as well. So, just a proper spacing out with that. Hitsuji opens up Bread with a t-shirt, but drops the combo. Finds a way to get in. Pops over the Snowflake. And now Bread has to be careful, but that good challenge on that t-shirt. The instant blocking, wow. Hitsuji just ready to instant block some stuff, but you cannot really instant block. You won't be instant blocking anything if you don't block that Shatter Sea. Oh, Hitsuji might get chipped out here, or rather than a chip out, actually gets hit by that icicle. Probably tried to instant block, but missed the timing, and that's why he got hit. Alright. That's good. Instant blocks that Shatter A, but not really much you can do in that. Okay. So as you can see again, so this is a scenario I mentioned earlier, like it's very tempting to super jump on Velvet on like that, like especially in the corner. Now you got into Velvet's space, you really want that distance. However, Velvet's the one attacking you, and you kind of lose the pressure anyway. And in that case, Hitsuji got opened up. Bread breaks free off of the corner, and now Hitsuji's in trouble, and this might actually kill. Oh wow, just Hitsuji just runs in, gives no care for that Snowflake, and with that just 2A. And with how much damage Paprika can do. Oh no, level 2! Just opts out for the hard knockdown. Have to be careful here. Oh, unfortunate. It's really hard to time against the DP. And actually, this means we have a reset, ladies and gentlemen. And they're just going straight right into it. Not even taking a breather. They seem to be perfectly fine. Oops, sorry. I might have put the wrong score there. Okay. So let me just fix that everywhere. And let me reset the score. That's a grand final reset.
There will be no snuggles here.
Okay, and then let's show that off to everyone. Okay. Oh, I forgot to remove the W because it's already a reset. Alright, and Brett just going for the opening right here. Builds up some space for him to work with. Now this is I really think this is how you're supposed to play the matchup as Velvet against Paprika. You build some space, you push Paprika out, and then you just zone her. Because it becomes really hard for Paprika to get in on you. As long as you have a proper zoning pattern, and the Paprika is not really finding that hole in your zoning pattern. Like the usual time, like one way I think I mentioned earlier already is that as a Paprika you'd want to, for example, teleport B when the Velvet is going for icicle setups. But the thing is, like what Brett has been showing is that he sets up those icicles most especially when Hitsuji's already knocked down, and thus he has that time to set it up. Oh wow, that just mashes out of that good Abare. Here we go again. As you can see, Velvet was just going for that spacing, but this time Hitsuji finds the opening and goes in with a teleport C. It's kind of usual how we see Paprikas try to get in on Velvet. Oh wow, just goes for the 5A into backdash, but now Hitsuji's in the corner. IPing these icicles, doing pretty good with them a tad bit so far. Super jumps a bit just to try to get in a little bit closer. This is gonna flop. Wow, that's a 2C. Finds the opening, catches Bread going for an icicle, and now Hitsuji taking a game back. What a taunt! Suji's trying to send a message here. It's like, stop backing off. I'm getting in on you. You might want to come at me. And now right there, actually. Alright, I'm not certain what message is trying to show right now, but Bread there was like, I'm going in with a 5C. Tsuji goes for the teleport C right after the trade. Okay, but it's Tsuji now finally pushing Bread back into the basket, or at least tries to. But since couldn't do, oh god! Bread with a hard call out, goes for the super there. And now Hitsuji is stuck in level 2, drops a combo, but that Tsuji tries to backdash and just gets hit there. That actually costed Hitsuji the game. Oh god! And there we go! Bread responses with his taunt. It's like, you can't taunt after not taking the game. No way, Jose! You can't do that on me. Trying to go for some psychological or mental damage here. Both players trying to go for it. Bread taking that damage. Not really. Now let's see if this actually will be affecting Hitsuji somehow. The taunt fights getting in on your head. Always only taunt at the end. Now we'll see if maybe some shenanigans will happen here. Maybe one of our players here will opt to taunt mid combo or something. I've seen something like that before. I've seen someone made a taunt combo before, and who knows, we might see it here. Good instant blocks by Hitsuji. Hitsuji's definitely been working out on these instant blocks. Oh, that 5B, good hit, but no conversion. Instant blocking, good. And oh, Bread finally realizes he can use Shatter C to bait out the 2C here. Or rather, after baiting out 2C, goes for the Shatter C. Oh, and that's Snowflake, just allowing Bread to take his turn. Pushes Tsuji back into the corner and just using the space, backing off, doing the zoning game again. Tsuji having problems getting in here. Having full trouble really getting in. That teleport C was definitely some desperation. And Bread just patiently dealing with that. Oh, gets caught right there. I wonder if what Tsuji pressed there just gets caught with a JC. And back to the zoning. That Shatter A was so meaty! And actually connected to the icicles too. Oh gosh, and baits out the bash from there. Goes for the DP. Oh, and Tsuji finds his opening, but goes for the reset. Double teleport B. Now will Tsuji be able to keep Bread into the corner here? Goes for the hard knockdown with the level 1. What's the mix? Backdash into DP. Okay, but that Shatter C is gonna get punished. And if Tsuji actually goes for good routing here, he might actually kill. And actually, it is gonna kill. That was a really good counter hit by 2C. And into Super, that just deletes all of Velvet's HP. Okay, final round of Game 2 after the reset. This time, Bread is much more prepared for the teleport B and actually punishing the tele B rather than going for the 6A. Okay, getting hit by these icicles. Oh, but this card A after evading that 5C. Oh no, just Bread goes for the Abare. Oh, these icicles made those Shatter C safe. That Shatter C safe rather. Oh, but that Shatter C is not safe. There's nothing covering that one. Once again, we see that same old 2C counter hit punish. Oh, but this time Tsuji tried to go for some sort of reset. Oh, but that one ain't gonna cut it. After that t-shirt, Bread was so ready to smash 5A there. And that gives Bread Game 2. There's definitely some struggle happening here. Tsuji needs to find his way. His tandem is like, how will he be able to get in on Bread? Because most of the trouble he's having is getting in on that distance, like the neutral or the spacing that Bread is just going for. Like after knocking back Hitsuji, full screen, he definitely is having trouble. Hitsuji is definitely having trouble getting his way back in, and that's where most of the damage goes in, and gives Hitsuji less chances for interactions later on. Like, even after he does get in, usually his health is a bit low already.
Round 1. Fight!
So what to do here? Oh, that 5C whiff. There was no real punish there, but that... Whoa. Suji going for some nasty resets with the JC into JC. JC into full jump JC here. Okay. Oh, but Bread takes it back. Oh, this time Suji finds his way in with the teleport B. Bread was not ready for it. Suji to go immediately for that, but this time Bread still going in to read those resets with a DP. Suji not able to block that Shatter C, and this might be death for him. Oh wow, not even needing meter. Bread just solidly knows his routing. Has really that strong execution. That makes him a very powerful Velvet player. Okay, 2C once again there. The Shatter C gets blocked. Once again, that 2C punish against that blocked Shatter C. Oh, Suji trying to go for some resets here, or some setups with the cinnamon roll. Oh, it's... Okay, cross canter out of there. It's a block. Oh, the backdash to JC. Wasn't able to punish that with 5C. But catches Bread with that, from that backdash with the t-shirt. And now into the corner. Bread just mashes out. Oh no, that cross canter gets evaded with the DP. And Bread is actually going to want to go for a level 2 here. This is looking pretty a-okay for him. Oh, what a wave dash in. Oh, the delayed grab. That actually puts Suji in a huge trouble. Oh, the Oki makes those Icicle really medium, making it really hard for Suji to move in. Oh! The call out super against that Shatter A! Wow. Suji finds his way in. He tries to taunt, but misses the taunt input. The important thing is he didn't miss that super input and keeping himself in the game. Otherwise would have been problematic for him. Oh, but once again, the confident 5A by Bread right here. Something quite rare you see. Like, usually you're like, I want to mash out. I'm gonna see if their pressure's fake as heck, and I'm just gonna mash 5A. But Bread here is just like, no, I'm just gonna press 5A once, and then I'm gonna make a string out of that. Cross canter, offensive cross canter, but Bread just tech rolls forward and then back dashes all the way, putting Hitsuji in a bad spot. Suji's really not looking good here. No more Suji! Not after that. Oh no. Yeah, that is death. Wow. Bread just going for... Even ends with that just to rub in the salt or rub in the wound. 3-0 after the reset. Wow. Bread just went on 6-0 completely on that. Really hard, really incredible showing by Bread there. Something that we'll really have to keep in mind, most especially that the final showdown is coming. But anyway, great games all around. So, thank you very much to all who participated. Okay, hold. Yeah, sorry about that. A little bit of noise in the background. I just realized I can't really hear the things happening around me since I have a headphones. So I need to adjust my noise suppression event back and forth depending on that. Because if I cap out my noise suppression, it becomes really hard to hear me sometimes. Anyway, let's take a look at the bracket just to see where we ended with that. So, yeah, definitely strong showing by Bread there, just going full 6-0. After that reset. Hold on. Let's update the bracket. Let us see. Sorry. I'm just updating the bracket a bit. Okay, let us take a look here at the bracket. Okay, oh, I actually need to move that a bit. Oh dear, we don't have space for it. Does this work? Yeah, it works. Yeah, trying to zoom out works. Okay, zooming out works, so this is good. Okay, so this is the bracket. Rather, this is how the bracket has ended. So just a little bit unfortunate, we had two players who had to do something, or rather, get off of the tournament. So Uma got in quite a bit far before he had to actually get off of the tournament. So unfortunate to have gotten that far and have to DQ out. But our top 4 players, here we are. We have Red with that stupendous comeback from the losers bracket. But Tsuji definitely showing some great stuff here. Second place. And Uma, due to, bracketing and how it went, is 3rd place. And Skyfire 4th place. So these are our top 4 for this tournament. Yeah, this weird shenanigans definitely happened in that fight right there. But nonetheless, it was entertaining for everyone. So again, congratulations to the top 4. And thank you very much to everyone who participated and to everyone who watched the stream of this tournament. Now, before we end the stream, we're just going to be announcing the final showdown. So keep in mind that we will be having this very soon. And let me open up the trailer. Let me just mute this one. Okay.
Wall pressure. This is going to be a hard time for him. Another volcanic dash.
Oh, this is dangerous. Oh no, the 6B! Giant's not blocking move.
He's gonna do super into level 2. No. Is this going to be it?
All right. So yeah, that is the final showdown. Yes, it is actually pretty soon. So mark your calendars. If you want to see that trailer again, we have it on YouTube. It's still unlisted. I'll put it off of unlisted later, but you guys can watch it. But yes, it's happening on the 25th. This is the date that Soup has set. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, but yes, we're going to be having the final showdown this Sunday on the 25th at 3 p.m. plus 9 GMT. That is Korean time. So let me just also write that down in the chat just so that everyone can take note of that. Final showdown. The final showdown. July 25th. 1500 plus 9 GMT. That is Korean time. It's basically the same time and usually the same times that when the the warm-up series is being held. So it's pretty much consistent anyway. So yeah. So I hope you all are excited. We're going to be seeing the top 8 players of the Fauna. Oh, actually, we should remind everyone or let everyone see who the players are for that one. So just for everyone to know, these are the players who will be in the final showdown. These are the players who prevailed in the warm-up series to get this right to participate in the top 8 fight within the Fauna. So I hope you're all excited. Keep it tune in with us and make sure to check our Discord for the updates if you haven't joined in there yet, because most of the info updates are just right over there. So anyway, that is all that I have for you guys right now. Is Soup still around? Maybe he has some announcements to make. Maybe we missed out something. Just not trying to make sure everything is a-okay. I'll get like full announcement tomorrow. Okay, Banana Soup will be making a full announcement tomorrow. Will that be on stream or just post it an announcement on the announcement board, announcement channel on the Discord and Twitter perhaps? I think we can transfer the announcement on Twitter as well. Yeah, on Discord first. And we can branch out some of the announcement. Yeah, but most of our announcement, most of the information that we have is primarily on Discord because really our Discord server, relatively speaking, is quite active. So if you guys want to see more stuff, it's not only just these tournaments, but you know, you might want to hang out with us. But yeah, anyway, that I suppose will be it. Yes, make sure to also follow us on Twitter if you haven't yet. But thank you very much everyone who tuned in with us tonight, and I think it is prime time to call it an evening. So yeah, gotta thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all have a good day. So see you on Sunday. I might want to check all the participants' schedule. I don't know, that's not my that's not under my jurisdiction. Okay, but yep, let me tune in now. Thank you very much for watching and have a good y'all.